There we go.
That's so good. You think you're big time? You're gonna fucking die! Yeah.
So, it's coming up to mid-November. You guys had been building, or rather prototyping, a distillery, which turns out to be functioning.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are prototyping a windmill.
Yep.
You have a gigantic meat pile.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Das meat pile.
Time to put it into stockings and use it as artificial pussies, but...
Oh, good God. I mean, I know it's
FTSE 5 cafe.
Damn.
I know it's the apocalypse and all that, but let's leave abuse of animal flesh alone.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
More ways than one.
And according to my notes, at least, we had finished up another day, which appeared to be a cold, rainy day, with a bunch of people doing a bunch of training.
Mm-hmm.
And moving the carcasses into a different house. A storehouse, if you will.
Kind of.
A trap house.
Yeah.
Trap house. To that point, I shall copy this and post up. Here we go. This is Diddly Trap House. There we go. Bang. And the dirt is gone. You can put, I mean, put that where you'd like your trap house. I shall move the people models out of the way so you can... Everyone's at home at the moment. There you go. Bang.
I think we were gonna do it over here, right?
Did I do my nightmares and insomnia?
You haven't yet, but we haven't yet fully, like, the day has not yet... You know, we're in nighttime mode at the moment. We will get to the day in a moment.
Okay.
It's just across the road, really, and okay. It's pretty close then, is what you're telling me, is that right?
Somewhat.
Yep.
That'll be fine. Yeah, because yeah, I get the gist of what that is. Let me lock that down. Boop. There we go. Oh, I haven't locked the other one down. I should definitely lock that down. Boop. None of these are locked down. Oh shit, have I forgotten to do something?
Unless maybe we should move it further away in case something really bad comes at us. That might be a better idea. Have it somewhere far away and then have the Haas with his sniper rifle with the scope just look over it from a long distance so he can decide whether to attack it or not.
Yeah, he does have one of those, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good
Possible.
sniper rifle.
Possibly.
I mean, this thing over my shoulder is not there as a growth.
Maybe over here. This
The way you're
lonely
treating it, it
building
might
over
as well
here.
be a secondary
I will say those buildings, like the further away you're getting from bad, the worse the conditions actually are. So those buildings are basically just rubble.
So not even walls around them anymore?
The very lowest of remaining walls on those kind of buildings out there.
That might still be okay, because then you can actually see them eating.
Yeah, I mean, if you're happy to sort, that's considerable ways away. I mean, you're looking at 500 yards away, so that's a considerable way away from where you are. Because I figure this road is probably like 100 yards or so.
He has his outpost over here, right, across the street.
Yeah.
Maybe oh, that's a cow.
That's a cow.
Maybe this block then. over here. So it's right here on the corner.
On the corner, so you can see down the street.
I'm.
Yeah.
Did I miss the boat witness? What's going on here?
They're trying to set up the meat house version 2, otherwise known as the trap house.
Well,
That's
we're
a
gonna drag all the corpses in, and you watch over it, so you can shoot whatever comes at it.
Oh, this is Operation Beta Clock.
Maybe.
Yes, but then because your outpost is here, right? In this building.
Okay, so we're going to put just me next to the food source where it's going to track nasty things, as last time we had somebody on the
No,
road with
this
nasty.
is like, what's this? 200 meters? You see the line?
200 yards-ish, give or
Meters.
take.
Because we're not going to debate on how large the yards are, because people's yards differ.
Well, I'm going on the Imperial yards as per the GURPS rules.
Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun, dun,
Well, what's
dun,
this
dun.
then? 200 meters or yards?
For those that are in normal language, let's have a Google and see what that is. So, just shy of 200 meters. You could,
Okay.
who gives a shit about the remainder, basically?
So if he sits over here, he can look over with the block out all the doors in the back, so whatever comes it can only go through the front entrance. And then he can decide whether to attack it or not. 'Cause he's still at a safe distance.
Can someone that is involved in this operation tell me their traps score?
That's a subtle fucking hit, isn't it? 7.
10.
Is yours so high?
I didn't take points out of it.
Okie dokie.
Oh, and it's probably based on intelligence.
Could be.
That's a big fuck you then.
Well, no, but my character has lots of intelligence.
Right,
It's
so,
not meant.
trap house. Yep, I have made a note that the trap house has been set up. You can continue on with other normal activities, such as me doing that to the trap house so that it's stuck to the board.
But didn't we already roll the invention part of the windmill and then
I have done the preliminary parts of the invention. You're currently in prototyping.
And we rolled the time as well, which was going to be, what, 5 days or
yeah, we
10?
rolled a 3 and a 2.
So you've got 18 time slices remaining, because you actually worked on some of it today.
Hmm.
So, question remains, how do you guys want to go about this? I can either fast forward time, or...
I don't remember what else I had to do. Wait, I had it on my sheet. Oh yeah, I was also training hacking and reprogramming my robot.
You've got reprogramming your robot in there. That's going to take another 6 days of programming.
Mm-hmm.
So the least I can fast forward is your 6 days of programming.
Well, if everyone else is okay with fast forwarding.
Well, if we're going to fast forward, we need to kind of designate what we're going to do in each day, because each day offers 4 slots, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, you've got 4 slots in a day, so you've got time to be doing stuff.
Okay, so we could utilize these 4 slots per day. So we could do things like scavenging for materials.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really need to hunt in the winter months anymore, do we?
No, you've got meat
or the
sorted.
spring, or the summer.
And you've got water sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although there are the potential health risks of the continued use of the water, but for now I'm happy that it's a water source.
I think it might be a good idea if we keep an eye on, or tabs on, Grouper 9, and as we've got a key into that place in the form of our Scarface,
Scarface.
Wow.
Mhm.
Just wow.
Hashtag wasn't me.
Maybe buy some salt every now and then and have
Rub it in.
no, have
Mixed
Oh, we're
soup.
thinking of two different
have
things. Then.
Vulcan make some soup. Keep the
Some meat
minerals
soup.
up and stuff.
Well, even if you
Yeah.
just throw some, like you say, some salt and meat in the water that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and just
That'll
cook it
take care of
down,
it.
that's pretty good going. I mean, it's a bit shit in terms of soup, but it'll be nutrients.
Yeah.
Because you can actually. I've done some fair amount of research on this since the last time. You can actually get most of all the minerals in the water just from eating food.
Eating
Uh,
meat.
because there are people who would basically live their entire lives just completely purifying all their water.
Mm.
So you can easily live without it. Live on pure
Okay.
water. You just need to eat food.
Well, and that's taken care of, I guess.
Well, you have a big pile of meat, and you have a machine
Mm-hmm.
that's whittling out water, so fast forwarding time isn't a problem right now.
Yeah.
I think we
Uh,
can fast
I-
forward in a day essence, so we can say objectives you want to do in the day.
Well, yeah, and you probably also want to have you watching over the trap the next day, so that day can probably not be fast forwarded.
Well, the thing
Maybe
is,
a few more days
with
until the meat gets so rotten it doesn't attract anything anymore.
Also, I have to keep in mind that I can't remember the last time I actually worked on my robotics.
you can remember it was 4 days ago.
Okay. Because yeah.
Nice.
So I should probably switch between working on a windmill and working on the robotics.
But
Maybe.
don't forget, to train, you only have to have one time slot in a day to consider training for that day. So you still have most of a day in which you can basically say, I will work on the windmill prototype.
Yeah.
Which, between if you and Ruby are going to be working on the windmill together, hypothetically you could split that down to 9 time slices, so you've got, I would say, 3 days of passing workload, i.e. you can do it in 3 days and still achieve other things. So hypothetically, within the 6-day scope of completing Quinn's programming, you can have also completed your windmill project, and anyone that requires to do so can decrease their training times on their allocated things.
Okay.
And what's that? So you need, if I'm getting it right, 3 bits of food in a day for everyone, so that's 12 bits of food for a day.
Yeah.
So you're looking at less than 40 food to complete this section of time.
If you consume extra food, do you work faster?
No, but if you exhaust yourself in some fashion, then you need to consume either extra water or food, depending on what's going on. And what I say, basically. What I say. Because I am the man that says. So what do you want to do?
I would say currently, I would say Leon would just be doing training on the robotics and then just working on the windmill. Would probably make most sense that he is looking at the power consumption and power aspects of the robot, considering he's building a windmill, so he might be able to power it. Other than that, he really soon wants to go and find more materials.
Well, you could
Yeah.
you could have some material gathering in the meanwhile.
I think right now just focus on getting as much done as possible, and then finding materials for any manufacturing there has to be done.
Okay, so in the immediate, what are you doing in the immediate time frame?
One time slot of robotics, 3 time slots of working on a generator, if we're going to time skip it.
Well, maybe we should spend one time slot together scavenging
That could be.
for materials.
I'll
Because
be
it never
scavenging
hurts
with.
if we make more supplies, huh?
Yeah, this is what I was going to be harping on about. If we do fast forward time, we want to allocate at least one section of the day for resource gathering.
I agree.
Now that we no longer need to hunt, which was taking up to maybe half or 3/4 of the day, maybe we could spend half the day scavenging, a day improving, or a quarter to the rest of the half improving facilities and training.
But then we're still missing a day or a quarter because there's 4.
But don't forget,
Yeah.
you've got 2 things that you need to maintain training on. So you've got Quinn's programming and you're currently computer hacking training.
I have to dedicate 2 of those to training.
Okay.
Then 1 on the windmill, and so I have one slice for scavenging, which is 2
Okay.
hours.
Then perhaps we could spend those hours together searching for materials, and then I could spend that spare hour patrolling / observing
The trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
just
a
to
good
check on
idea.
it.
Yep.
Okay. I am down for, like Leon's down for just.
So what's your target here in terms of time? Do you want to go until the windmill's produced, or until...
The shortest, is that the windmill?
The windmill will be the first major milestone in time.
Yeah, then that one.
Right, let me just count. And you want to do scavenging as well.
Yeah.
So, let me just work this out.
What day is it today?
It is... You know what, I don't even know what day it is.
It's November something.
But
I
you
too
have a
would like to
cutie,
know.
so... Let's see what your computer friend tells you.
I'm gonna start trying to keep a log of all the stuff that I do on a day.
Dear diary.
Yeah,
Head,
something like
head.
that.
Dear diary, today the world was still blown up.
Yeah, diary. My robot still doesn't vibrate in the right way.
Oh, come on, this must be
Yeah.
something that Google can work out. It's a Saturday.
Is it?
Oh,
Weekend day. Fuck it. Feet up, football on.
It's a Saturday.
no, but what date and year?
Today is November 13th, 2145.
Oh, thank God it wasn't a Friday.
Right, so, Mim, before we go into this time expansion, can you
Yes.
roll for me both your insomnia and your the other thing?
My
Yeah,
nightmares.
yeah, that one.
I shall do so. So rolling insomnia. I'm under by 3,
Okie dokie.
and rolling my nightmares. And I am over by 1.
Okie dokie. You're over by 1.
Yes.
I need to hang on. I'm finished. So 1 second. I need to work out what time it is. What time it is? How much time it is rather? 4. So it's going to be 4 days. You're over by 1. So what's your current fatigue?
6
Your current fatigue is 6.
out of 10.
In which case you have actually gone up over this period of time to a fatigue of 8.
Wow.
Having only had minor inconvenience by your detrimental mental effects. Good for you.
That is, I am actually shocked, but yeah, I've been having nightmares. But again, so
you
makes sense.
had maybe 1 or 2 days of nightmares, but overall you have been resting quite well.
Okay.
So let me just put in here time advance. So let's get all this stuff and chuck it down here.
Alright, so the morning slice we spend scavenging.
Well, hang on a second. Right, I'm gonna need both Amelia and Chiggy to roll. If you have a specific scavenging skill, what do you guys have?
I have scrounging.
You have scrounging.
I thought I would be going for that too, with them on that one.
Yeah, you can get in on this one, in which case I'll need a roll from you, and you do have material scrounging, so...
Yeah, scrap salvage.
That's the one. Chi, you're going to be going against outdoorsman for this, by the looks of it.
Righto.
But you're going to be disadvantaged because you don't actually have a specific skill to this.
So what does disadvantage mean?
Well, because you're not trained, you have to default away from your skill. So outdoorsman is 12, you're defaulting by no less than 2, but you've made an 8, so you've done good anyway.
Yeah.
Amelia, what did you get?
I rolled 3 over.
3 over.
Yep.
And what did
Just
Mim
not
get?
hunker, are you?
I was 5 under.
You're 5 under. Crikey, I think you're carrying the group, son. Um,
Well, as we established, I am the gizmo.
so,
Go gadget, Scarface.
over your days of work, here is what you have managed to find. Someone's going to have to take notes of this.
Right, well,
I'm taking notes on the pile of stuff.
okay,
Okay.
well, there we go.
Okay. So,
Amelia, why didn't I have you in my class back then? I could really have used you.
I can.
I like keeping inventory. I don't like keeping
One
textual
second.
notes.
Let me just. Oh no, that's. Oh no, what have I done?
Oh, we found a fat boy, guys.
What? Really?
No, I accidentally was not rolling a dice. Why can't this dice roll? What am I doing to this dice? What have I done to this dice? Why? What the frick?
Did you attach it to something?
I think I have. What the frick?
You muppet!
My dice is tied down. Oh no! Oh,
Run in circles and scream.
What's happened?
Okay,
Tape
Amelia.
this dice.
I had
yeah?
to spawn a new dice.
Oh,
Amelia,
really?
can you roll a
Fab.
luck roll for me, please?
Sure. With my awesome luck.
Well, it said that it's fallen to you, so...
Oh, that's
Oh, man.
4 over.
4 over, okay. Anyway, here's the following.
Mm-hmm.
A garden hoe.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
How much did she charge?
God damn it. I'll smack you with the hoe.
A
Fucking yeah, you
dead,
do.
a dead potted plant.
With pot and everything.
Yeah, just a dead
Just a
potted
touch to
plant.
point at the pot.
Yeah, but it's in the ceramic pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor Groot. Didn't make it.
A surgical mask.
Holy shit.
COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly.
Covered.
COVID.
Oh, here's something interesting. A broken gun barrel.
Oh.
What of, like 75mm tank? T-34 or...
I will generate what that might be specifically in a moment, but at the moment it just tells me a broken gun barrel.
Turn it into a pipe.
And one of the old styly big metal film canisters. You know, the big round tins they used to put film in?
Metal film canister.
Circular.
Okay. 1. I got it.
A disturbingly faded motivational poster.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
Maybe
just a
it just
cat
says
killing itself.
hang, and then the bottom bit's faded away.
Huh?
It's a
Keep it hanging.
it's a disturbingly faded motivational poster. It's a
Is it
useless.
disturbedly very important?
Not really. It's just a useless item in terms of finds.
Okay.
So some things are useful, some things are useless. This one is
Mhm.
useless.
I don't know. It's
Or you're just tossing it on the pile, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe to start a fire.
Oh, someone got lucky. You were scrounging around maybe a bit closer to town, managed to get into an old building that had been maybe sort of falling in on itself, and you found a room that had been sealed since pre-war. And in that
Oh.
room, someone found a roll of duct tape.
Ooh.
Ooh.
you know, ever
So
since I was a
brand
kid,
new.
I thought duct tape was duck tape.
Duct tape. They actually sell a brand of duct tape, D-U-C-K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I always thought it was called duct tape.
Yeah.
So when people come to me, have you got any duct tape? I always say, yeah, we got duck
Yeah,
tape.
Dakota. And the last thing that you have found, I'm going to generate a few more bits in a moment, but the last thing you found, someone roll a dice and pick. So just roll a d6, someone, and it doesn't matter.
Go on, Mim, you've been lucky so far.
1. Oh.
Alright.
Anyone.
I'll roll
Well,
a
ignore
one.
mine then.
Okay,
Oh,
High
Hang
five
on,
for saying
hang on,
that.
hang on,
Me,
hang
I
on.
just rolled
Oh,
a-
let's see what happens here.
no.
Ah.
2 3s.
Are we sure that dice thing's random?
Yeah, this one's fine.
Okay.
It's about as good as it could be for us. Like,
Dodgy
Okay.
operators, I think.
All 4 of them.
yeah. So the last thing was found by Amelia, or rather Ruby, kicking around some godforsaken, dusty old, fucking dilapidated old household, and you have found some bones, just bones.
Bones.
An
Okay.
an indeterminate amount of bones.
We could make effigies.
Indeterminate.
Fuck yeah, effigies.
And now I need to go to my other table briefly to find.
Gun barrel. We could make a pipe rifle out of it, maybe.
Let's have a look here. I need some dice. How many? Right. Mim, can you roll a luck roll for me?
I shall do so. I am 3 over.
Okie dokie. You haven't had a hell of a lot of luck finding usable bits of anything in terms of material, but what you have found is the following.
Oh, more. Okay.
Yeah, because Mim was out looking specifically for materials rather than items.
All right. Taking notes.
So, the first thing you have found is one source of usable wood.
So wood that can go on the pile of wood of a lot.
Yeah, you have a lot of wood, but now you have,
Yeah.
because all of the usable items are counted per source, so this is one source.
A different type of wood. So I need to write down another source of wood.
Yes, this is wood material.
Okay.
Is it mahogany?
1 piece.
Yeah, one piece of usable wood.
Okay.
One piece. And
One.
you have found... I'm still trying to skip through this frickin' list because it's huge. Here we are. What's that? 2 pieces of usable steel.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow, what grade? 60/30?
Usable steel.
material.
The material
Usable
steel.
2 pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
And hang on a second. The other thing you have found is some gears.
Gears. How many?
Just one material gears.
Okay.
And lastly, because you did shit on your fucking
Yeah.
luck roll, you have found 3 pieces of usable glass material. Whatever
That's
that
not
might
bad.
be.
3.
Yes.
Okay. Noted.
And that's all of the usable materials that you have found.
Okay. Now we need to know what the gun barrel is.
It's a good point. Let's have a look. What is the gun barrel?
Also, how is it broken?
It is broken by me. Seriously, I'm just gonna have to delete these dice because I don't know what I've done to them. They're fucking.
Are they fucking? That's quite
In
inconvenient.
fact, is everything locked down back here, or is it just the dice? No, it's just those
Rude
dice.
dice.
Great.
They sexy dice.
They
Sexy
were
dice
sexy
are fun.
dice, but they were locked down, so
Oh.
they're very
Good
unusable.
sexiness.
The gun barrel is only lightly broken. You might be able to repair this. It's not knackered. And it is because of Mim's knowledge, because he knows about gun barrels and armaments and all that kind of thing. Did he? Just need to pick. Yeah, this will do. I need a D10. Has anyone seen the D10? How do I fix this? Oh, that's useless. God damn it. Try again. Hang on. Oh, okay. The gun barrel that you found is unrecognizable because it appears that someone had already tried to use it in forming a zip gun. So it is a rather badly welded and sort of slightly bent out of position gun barrel from an as yet unknown small arm. So
I'll write down zip gun.
Yeah, it's a zip gun barrel. Specifically, Mim, can you take an intelligence check for me? Because it will be relevant to this, I guess. In fact, you can either do intelligence or your small guns armory, either or. I don't care. But
I would then use my small guns armory because it's small guns, which means I'm 6 under.
Cool. This particular zip gun appears to be chambered for 9mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And when I say chambered, I mean the diameter of the barrel.
Yeah. According to the wiki, is actually they're usually made for 10 millimeters, but
No, a zip gun is any caliber that you want to make it to be.
Okay.
There is no set caliber for zip guns.
What is a zip gun then specifically?
A zip gun is literally a gun that you make up out of shit.
I've
like a
linked
pipe
one in the
rifle or
chat before.
something.
Sorry, Aim? Sorry? Amelia?
Like the pipe guns from
Yeah.
Fallout 4.
I linked one in the chat.
Oh.
Ages ago.
A zip gun is
9th of the
literally
2nd.
just it's garbage that happens to be formed into what a gun would be.
When did you link this?
It's
I'm just
go right up above my minigun gif.
In the Fallout chat.
Yeah.
9th of the 2nd, 2020.
9th of the 2nd. Oh, here. Oh, it's with a nail or something.
Yeah, it's usually very rudimentary put together. Like
Okay.
it's a thing that makes a bullet go forward. That's all it is.
It's called zip gun because it goes zip. And it usually goes zip because it's tumbling because it's got no fucking rifling or anything.
So yes, you have found an old zip gun barrel.
Okay.
Which is good because, you know, you don't need a lot of other things to make a zip gun.
Yeah.
But I rather fancy you have more effective weaponry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think time spent trying to manufacture such a thing is probably not time well spent. Anywho, so that's all the gubbins that you found across your few days of scavenging.
Okay, I've got a few days. Windmill. How
So-
many days is this?
Well, we're going to be going up to November 16th now,
Okay.
at which point
I'd like to jump in really fast if that's possible.
you can.
So, Ruby, you start to notice Vulcan becomes particularly interested in what day it is, the date-wise.
Oh.
As we get through, he starts getting more and more nervous as each day passes.
And Ruby noticed this.
Well, you're the only one with an actual source of a somewhat reliable date.
Well, it should be a perfectly reliable date.
Well, you're
As far as we
assuming
know.
it's a reliable sort of date, but there's nothing saying that the date on your cutie is out of whack.
I guess I gotta hack into Group of 9 systems and connect to their NTP server. Have it synchronized.
I used to say theirs isn't wrong.
Yeah, but at least I'll be synchronized with them.
Exactly.
So then we're both wrong.
If you're both wrong, then you're both right.
Exactly. There's no one else keeping date, we are actually right.
But that is all. Regular, relaxed Vulcan is jittery and nervous.
Right, so Vulcan, what's up with you? Why are you so worried about the time and you look so nervous? Are you running out of drugs?
Oh no, I've got plenty. And he pulls out like this just
Fistful.
lot.
Look at all this shit.
No, that's not what's got me going. I just keep working on your stuff. I'll tell you later.
Well, why not now?
You will tell me when it's the 20th, right?
November 20th.
November 20th. It's very important.
Sure, but maybe you should tell me what's up first.
Well, maybe in a bit you guys look really busy, and I've got all this stuff over here. I'm trying to keep to it, he says as he sparks up and
I'm super busy.
Smoke.
Okie dokie.
Right, but I would prefer you tell me what's going on before the 20th.
I'll get to it. I've just got to work on. When did you get a dog?
I don't have a dog.
Well, then what's that? Points at your robot.
That's Quinn, my robot.
Oh. I should tell it to stop barking.
But he doesn't bark.
I'm on the dot for endurance.
You're on the dot for your endurance, in which case you are not totally wankered.
Wing
Goes
kid.
back to working. He's just skill training while they're messing around.
I was
but
assuming as
he's-
much.
However, he is distractedly. So maybe he's like half into it, something like that.
Yeah, I
For
mean,
the progression,
it's
like
fine.
cut it. Yeah.
So we're now November the 16th. Is
November
it morning?
16th, yes. Yep, new morning, you're up and about, and just to help titivate the scene as you arrive here, at the very last thing that you and Leon set to do before you went to bed last night was fixing the windmill into its testing position, ready for today.
Okay. So today we're going testing.
Yep.
We apparently are going to do just that. One quick question. My mechanical leaf blower, does that actually run on power?
It requires some form of power, yes.
Then I will attach it to whatever outlet there so we can use it as a guinea pig of see if we can actually generate power.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that you've managed to sort of get some form of, like, plugging system built into this thing.
Well, we
So-
probably just ran a cable from the roof down to. Or well, I guess we would need cable first.
Well, don't forget, I'm assuming that as you've been building this, your invention has been encompassed all the items of that, so getting the bits to build it would be part of the invention.
Mm-hmm. And maybe this building has like plugs, wires running through it, so
Yeah,
we
you
can
can
just connect
strip
those
back
up.
whatever may be still hanging around.
Okay.
So, what do you do? Oh, today is cold and mostly, in fact, today is dry. So
Well, should we get to it?
Yeah.
And even if it's not too windy, if we can just like pull on the fans and just make them spin around.
yeah, I mean, you could manually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spin the thing a bit.
Yeah.
Do need to check one. Good God, this is
See if you
not
can-
the chart I want.
See if you can rotate the whole thing properly so it stays with the wind.
1 second, I've forgotten. Lost my chart.
Because it's supposed to have a big, like, rudder tail that makes it so it always faces the wind.
Yeah.
Rudder tail.
Yeah.
That must be a name for that. Flute or a
There's probably a
aileron
name
or
for
something.
it. Yeah, probably a fancy name for it. Either way, I can't access my chart right now. I have a little chart which tells me all of the things I need to know ever about weather, but I can't get to it, so screw it. Today there is a light breeze anyway, but you may need to just get up on the roof and just sort of yank it a bit to get it going.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a wind vane, by the way.
A wind vane. Well, okay. Well, this wind vane, rather
Insane in the membrane.
insane in the brain. Rather clankily, at first, you can hear the new gearing sort of as it's sort
Oh,
of
we gotta get some oil.
finding its gears.
Could use animal fat.
Someone, in fact, no, not someone. Leon, give me another luck roll.
Oh, is he gonna get electrocuted?
Oh, I'm 2 under.
2 under. Okie dokie. Explain to me how you're going about sort of the initiation of this test process.
Okay, first of all, I am making doubly sure that everything is safely secured, so there's no loss of like exposed wires, and making sure that the attachment to the leaf blower is up, so we can tell if it works. Then I just tell everyone to stay away, because I have no idea how much or how little of something's going to happen.
You're gonna release the brakes.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna release the gears on top, and if the wind doesn't catch it, I'm just gonna grab onto one and just give it a strong but firm yank and see if get it going.
Okie dokie, thank you. So you've got everything prepped. You get up onto the shambly roof,
Hmm.
and there's not quite enough wind, so you sort of unlock the gearing to make sure it's smooth. Give the lower motor just a bit of a turn with your hand, just to make sure it's free.
Hmm.
And there's not enough wind to quite force the sails, so you sort of get up and just give one a bit of a tug. Not a strong tug, but just sort of teasing it into motion. And as you do so, you, upon pulling on this sail, you realise that there's way too much tension.
What?
As you pull to rotate it, you realise, hang on, that's not right. There's way too much fucking tension there.
Okay.
And you give it just a little bit more force, and you realise that something ain't right. And as you look quickly behind, you realise that whatever you've done, somewhere along the lines, you've fucked up all of your gear interchanges, and you've managed to get it fucking facing the wrong fucking way somehow, and nothing is turning in sync with each other. What you have in front of you is a failed prototype.
Aww.
Can I troubleshoot it to see if I can work my way down to see
Have
if
to
I
go
can
back
fix
through
it?
the invention phrasism again.
Alright. So I wondered, I scramble on down the roof and just look at Ruby saying, so you got any blank pieces of paper? Because we're gonna be starting all over again. Probably start by taking it down, because mm, the wind, the sail won't turn, and without that, there's no power.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go disassemble it then.
All right. So
Cool.
Leon, very, very defeated, a bit
Yes.
tired, starts just tearing this down and just looking at it and saying that, but it seemed like it would work.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a failed invention. Which you didn't know, and that's part of the wonder of this system, I guess. But basically, somewhere, and I'm not going to say where or when, you had fucked up the planning and or designing point. Sorry.
Oh well.
But I do still have all of the checks here, so if you'd like to spend today reinventing, I can do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If you're happy to do so. Mim, you're going to have to help me with your invention chart thingy. So it's the first 2 rolls I do, isn't it?
You choose the skill or default attributes with
Yep.
penalty.
Got that.
Roll against, and then you roll against the first line in secret, and then you roll the prototype.
Which one's the first one? Oh, that's the skill for... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then GM... right, and then roll for the prototype. Okie dokie. So, let's have a look at this one, shall we? And then I roll against the prototype. Okie dokie. You spend most of the morning sort of sadly sort of pulling bits off of the build that you've put together. Like, why is this bit? This should turn, shouldn't it? And you're like frustratedly angry at it. And you spend the morning time trying to come up with a new plan. But you cannot currently think of a new plan. And no matter what you're sort of scraping in your brains, you can't figure out where the fuck you went wrong or how to correct it. You have failed to invent.
Okay, that takes how long?
No, that takes no time at all. You realise you have failed to invent. This is the nicer version.
When can we do this again?
I was just looking that up.
Next year?
Yeah, next year. I don't know. I think it's once a day, but I could be wrong. Innovation, governing larger than life, blah 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 blah. GM determines all the yada yada. Who cares about numbers? Tell me how long I can do it for. Oh, sorry, concepting. You have failed at concepting. So, because you failed at concepting, you don't have to go to prototyping because you realise it was a bad idea. Yeah, you have to try basically once per day. So the headspace of coming up with things is apparently 24 hours.
Wow.
So for today, you're just going to spend the time aggressively being annoyed in your own brains.
Okay.
Like, motherfuck, this should work, and like pulling a gear off and like, ah!
I'm just yanking my metal around. It's just like.
So yeah, that's that bit done. Let's get back to other things now. So, windmill has unfortunately failed. What would the other two persons be doing whilst they're busily not making wind power?
Is that two persons, Frosty and myself?
Yes.
Yes.
I would be training one of my, I think it's 2 or 3 skills that I'm learning. I've got traps and knife skill.
You currently have 3.
What's the other one? Traps, knife,
Traps,
and
sneak, and knife.
sneak. That's it. Is there any one of those that's close to finishing or needs TLC?
You don't feel that you've ultimately mastered any of these new training techniques.
I'm going to spend more time on my traps then.
You're going to spend time on your traps, fair enough, yep. Do you want to, I mean, you can do the others as well. Nothing's stopping you.
Yeah. I'll just equally train those things.
Because hypothetically, if you spend basically all day training, then you can do 3 a day. I mean, realistically, you could spend all day doing 4, but then you would literally be doing nothing but training.
Yeah, I'll do one section of each, if that's okay.
Yeah. And for Dr. Mokta?
What day are we at now?
So this is still the 16th. This
Still
is
the
just
16th.
whilst those guys are fumbling around on the roof. I wanted to know if you wanted to get up to anything.
He starts really leaning in to his drug use.
Fair enough.
Really leaning into it. But still trying to like do his training.
In which case, can you, and you know why, can you make 3 endurance rolls on the trot?
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Oh my God.
Triple fail.
Oh, okie dokie. Well, I was about to come up to the fact that you guys need to account for 4 days' food. Sorry, no, not 4 days' food, 3 days' food.
Let me do that now.
So, what does that work out at? Someone with a brain?
What's 12 a day?
I'm going to say, what's that, 36 food?
Yep, 36. So we're down to 1,274?
Yes.
1270.
This is a lot of food.
There we go.
Cool. However, so how much what is your endurance here?
9. So,
9. So you're 2, 2, and
6.
6 over. In which case, you have found that Vulcan, absent-mindedly in his blistering haze of drug abuse, has eaten a further 5 lots of meat.
What? Okay, so
That's a lot
Just-
of extra food.
Absent-mindedly just chewing on cow. Just like,
he's gonna get a belly. Did we notice any of this?
Oh, he's not trying to hide it. He can't. Like,
yeah.
it's just a doobie in one hand, a hamburger in the other. Just, But, like, you would notice that the place is filled with weed smoke. Like, and it's not normally like that.
He's been using much more.
Yes.
The house just spends more time outside. And
Yeah, just like, fuck this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fucking patrol. It's bitterly cold at the moment. The days are ranging around 4 or 5 degrees. When it's particularly bright, it gets up to a rather chipper 8 degrees, and, ooh, 8 degrees. Strip down to your t-shirt and shorts.
How much of the day did we spend on taking down our prototype and trying to reinvent another one?
So it'll take you, I'm going to say, half of the day to get the old one down and rethinking your ideas. So for training purposes, you can still do 2 in the day if you would like.
Yeah, I'll do my hacking and
And
reprogramming.
Quinn. Cool. Unless Mimic has anything you want to add or offer to the current day's proceedings?
No, other than trying to see if we can, in between doing robotics, engineering, just trying to see if we can get a working something or a windmill going.
You spend a portion of the day sat with the motor that you rebuilt, sat in your lap, and you're just like twisting it, and like, this should work. This should work. Fucking just spinning the motor head. Just
Give up.
I wanna talk to Vulcan about all the smoke.
What
Vulcan, what? Why is there so much smoke?
is there? I thought it was fog.
Well, it looks like fog, if that helps.
Oh, it's cool. Kind of lays down and just looks up into the haze.
You know,
Blows some smoke rings.
maybe you should use less of that stuff. It's probably better for you.
No, giant unicorn. I will continue.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna have to have you use less of that stuff. So start handing it over.
That was a noise.
He just keeps smoking. He doesn't acknowledge.
Well, I'm coming back about this tomorrow if you're doing this again.
Yeah, or a unicorn. Do you want a hamburger?
Mhm.
Do unicorns eat hamburgers? I turn and look at the fire like it's a person and start like nodding my head. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I don't have any plant burgers for you, giant unicorn. Maybe come back a little later.
I scoff and walk off.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's apparent that he is beyond baked. Whether or not he's like he stares at his training scribbles every now and then, but you quickly, briefly notice that some of his training scribbles have now turned into hieroglyphs and smiley faces.
He looks at them so intently, like, yeah, and then turns and looks at the fire and it's like, yeah, that's a good point. Starts writing it down.
Right.
However, he does try to like blow his smoke towards the door.
The latent generosity coming in. Can't
Yes.
help but be helpful.
Yeah, he's trying to like. It fails miserably because it can't move well, but he's trying to blow it at the door.
Even though the
Right.
door's closed most of the day, you're still just like.
I guess I head to bed.
Okie dokie. Let's crack on then. Advance.
So we got another
Yep, into the new November 17th. Here we go.
day of food.
Yeah, if you want to crack off another. Oops, that's not going to
12.
work, is it? 12 points of food, and there we go. Oh, today is bitterly cold. A head of rain has come over, and it's soaked away some of the heat. And yeah, today is going to be wet. Prototyping, I presume.
Yep. Step
Yeah.
1.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Do I have to roll as well?
Nope, this is all for me.
No, that's the annoying part about the invention part. It's all the GM. The only thing we might be able to do is roll for time.
What skills are you rolling against?
I can tell you this is based on. One of you has a skill of 11 in the appropriate detail I need.
I have 13 in
You have 13.
electronics.
I have 11 in science.
It's probably your
Electrical
science.
engineering.
But also, it's a tech level 5, which is giving you a bonus. It is an average type invention, and all that goodness. Basically, overall, your bonus and negative ends up having a total bonus effect. That's all I can tell you. You're confident in your skills. What you're not currently confident in is your ability to make plans. Because once again, after looking up and umming and erring for some of the day, you realise that you haven't got any further in coming to a working plan once again. You have failed to invent.
Okay, even with the motor.
Even with the motor.
Okay. So we failed at making. Are we missing a skill or something?
Nope, this is based on the best skills you have for this. And you're working in tandem together, so I'm counting that you have an assistant to the fact.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll. No, wait. I can easily do that because my character is smart. Ah, great. I'm so used to my characters not being idiots, so I have to roll if they actually come up with an idea.
What is the idea you would like to come up with?
Well, okay, first question. How far is it to the river?
Not very far, like, I don't know, probably less than 100 yards from where you are. Maybe, I don't know. No, maybe 100, 150 yards. This map isn't
I
precise.
think I know what you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Because it might be...
More reliable.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
But not on the same facility.
No.
Dum dum dum.
You will have to run a cable.
Yeah, a long one.
Yeah. Leon wants to...
Ooh. Whilst you come up with that plan, I just need to do some GM rolls. I've forgotten some very important things I have to roll for. So please continue. I will interrupt you as and when I need to.
Are you telling me about this idea?
I was actually just about to go into RP mode and actually have a conversation with you. Yes.
Okay.
Ruby, instead of doing this with wind, which would also attract quite a lot of attention, having a windmill on the top of a house,
Mm.
wouldn't it be better to make some kind of like water wheel, or if we run a series of fans through a tube and attach a basically a... I wouldn't call it a chain, but a kind of a rubber rope or something to use that to pull it. Basically, making a water turbine.
I guess that would work, but if you wanted to make a water turbine, we would have to build a dam. So the wheel might work better.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking if the power is high enough, then having just a tube with a series of fans inside it, or maybe like a screw, I'm pretty sure that would actually generate enough movement on its own. But a water wheel might just be a faster solution. I'm just trying to think of something that's easily hidden or secluded. That's because we're probably going to have a generator next to the river, our motor next to the river, and then just run a very long cable from here.
Yeah, but why would that have to be hidden?
Well, in case you've forgotten, there's a bunch of fucking douchebags just not too far away from here that determines that everything on this land and in the city is just theirs by the fact that they are here.
Oh, you think they'd mess with us?
Oh, if you have stuff, they want stuff. That's the way I see it, because it's just like you can't get anything from them unless you're part of them, and it's like, so I'm guessing if we have something that they want, then pretty sure they would just come and take it. Or mow
Yeah,
us
I
down.
guess we'll have to try to hide it then. And then maybe the underwater thing with the tube would be the best solution.
Could be a thing.
But we
But it-
can't have the the motor underwater, so we'll have to find
Yeah.
a way to transfer the power out of the water before we convert it into electricity.
Yeah. That's the part I haven't really thought. I haven't.
Yeah, and
Well,
with a water wheel that would be easily fixed, because that's just going to be out of the water.
Yeah, but it's just so visible. But then again, they
is.
might just think that we're just a bunch of crazy hoo-hars
Yeah.
with a big fucking robot. But also, Ruby, how being someone who has been in the mercenary profession, how likely do you think that, like, how much in demand is a mercenary friendly housing? Like,
Well, I know when we were guarding that caravan and we weren't allowed in the town, it was very, very nice to be able to sleep here.
yeah, because it could be a thing we could, like, if you have any, if you know of any that comes around these parts that could possibly tell other people and say they can come.
Well, once we got power, I was planning on building a radio antenna so I can broadcast to nearby towns and stuff, or communicate with them.
Ooh, that sounds like a plan. Why didn't you
Yeah,
say
but
that?
we need to have electricity first, and then we can, tell them about these things.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Oh, because we need the other things first. This was just in queue for
Oh
making
yeah,
later.
but do involve me in these plans because like
Oh, I would have if once I was going to start working on it.
women and their secrecies.
Well, but
All
yeah,
right. Well,
once I have that, it's just going to be an amplifier for my cuties radio, and then I should be able to communicate. I
yeah.
don't know, maybe a few kilometers away, maybe more, depending on how much
Okay.
power we have.
It would be really nice if we could do it without attracting the idiots, our idiot neighbors.
Yeah, I'll probably use it to listen first to see what's going on, if anyone else is broadcasting anything.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. But all right, let's see if we can come up with some kind of idea of making a sort of a water.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely a good idea because it's going to be much more. It should be constant unless the river dries up or something.
I'm pretty
Or if,
sure if a nuclear holocaust did not dry up the river, not many things are gonna do.
yeah, but yeah, because we wouldn't have to worry about the wind and everything. This is perfect. Yeah, let's do that instead.
Okay.
I will have to look up a reference of such technologies now. Because I don't think it will, but it might alter the tech level of the invention.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll get to that in a moment. More impressively, and thank you for that little discussion. Dehaz.
Yes.
Hazi. Me old mucker. Can you give me 4 perception checks?
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? What?
11. 10. 9. Come on, 8.
Oh, 12.
Well, 12, 10, 11, 9. There we go.
12, 10, 11,
Okay.
9, which equal or
All
beat
pass.
your perception. So,
Yeah.
in no particular order, you have on your sort of pseudo-patrolling daily activities noticed the following over the past few days. And you can tell me what you wish to do with each of these, by the way. Because
Okay.
you noticed these guys before they've noticed you. Or at least I think so. Let me just... I'll roll some crap to see if that's fake news or not.
Sorry, I just had somebody shouting at me and I didn't get the last bit.
I was just checking if you'd spotted them before they'd spotted you.
Okay.
So the first one, which you've got the drop on, you think, you spot a small encampment with a fire burning, and sat there with a big sort of, I don't want to say wheeled, like, you know, like you get wheeled fucking suitcases, but like a homemade version of that kind of thing. And it's stacked up with various bits and bobs wrapped around with blankets and things. And there's a guy happily enjoying his little fire and chewing on something.
Huh.
And this is maybe not where you've got your trap meat, but maybe further up, sort of in this group of houses, maybe.
Neighbors.
Okay. Has he been there long?
You notice him there. Do you wish to interact with him when you notice him, or are you going to observe him?
Observed for a while.
He looks like he's going to move off on the second day.
Okay. I'm not going to interact.
Okay, and then later that day he's gone.
Bye.
Late one evening, however, most of the other folks have bedded down, but you're doing sort of one final sweep, as it were. And you hear one of your traps, just a simple sort of noise trap that you're testing out, rattles and crashes and twangs. Do you want to go and
Okay.
investigate it?
Yes, please, with ready actions and
All the jazz.
You had night vision, right?
I have some form of vision. Yes.
He has sexovision. Interestingly, upon going to look for this thing, something strikes you as slightly odd. Because your Sauron eye doesn't immediately pick up on it. But
Okay.
in the darkness, you do make out a humanoid shape that's clearly gone through one of your shitty traps.
A
Can I observe?
robot.
Is it struggling?
No. What did I just roll? It doesn't save my secret rolls to the chat. Oh no.
Ha! That's what you get for being secret.
Oh no. Okay. I think I remember what I rolled, but it's alright.
Yeah, cool.
So, what would you like to do with this thing?
Pants.
I'd have my rifle ready and I'd slowly investigate to get closer to see if I can figure out more of what it is.
How close are you going to get? Because your eye, even though you're closing in on it, doesn't pick out what it is.
It's
To identify what it is.
You're probably going to have to get to maybe... certainly within combat range. Put it that way. You would be on the green board of doom. And I'm going to say probably close at the terms of combat distance.
Okay.
Maybe
Can
get
I keep
back
a
up?
range then and wait until daylight to see if I get a better view of what it is?
You can. Let me just roll another secret dice. Oh, I've dropped my thing. As you observe this thing, humanoid thing, which is hang on, where's my compass? So it's out nearer the river, actually, over here somewhere. And you watch as it moves further up and away to the north along the river.
Okay. Well, it's done no damage, so it can bugger off.
Yeah, it goes away. Give me another perception check. This one you can have a slight bonus for as well.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Alright. In the still and cold night, you hear... Dung, 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 dung. Das ist all good,
You hear what? Sorry?
Exactly that.
A machine gun?
You hear automatic machine gun fire, followed by screaming and yelling about what the fuck was that?
Okay.
Off in the distance, because there is a Gruppe 9 command point over that bridge. So whatever it was went that way, and there was machine gun fire.
Well, it's their problem now.
There is my pad. So the following evening, just we're nearly back up with the day that we're at. You are.
I like his little adventures.
I don't. They're fucking scary.
you're out and about, and you're sort of just resetting your traps and sort of figuring things out and making sure everything's all right for the day. And you hear someone in a building moving about, and they're sort of, you can hear them sort of moving things and throwing things around on the building. What would you like to do with that one?
Say again, sorry. There's someone in there chucking bits about.
Yeah, there's someone in a building. Let's roll my magical dice of directionness. To the south of your position. So, somewhere perhaps down here, or somewhere in that region. And as you're sort of going around, you can hear someone forcefully and uncaringly moving about in a building. So you can hear, old debris being kicked aside and things like that.
Right. And I didn't see them go into the building.
No.
Can I be in a position to observe them coming out?
You can.
I would like to do so and await them to emerge with rifle pointing at them.
So you're going to get rifle
But hidden.
primed and ready to...
Yeah.
Okay. Time passes, and it's getting pretty late, and the noises have stopped and they haven't come out.
Huh. Assholes. They've probably gone out the rear entrance.
More new neighbors.
This isn't anywhere near my the food supply building, is it?
No, this is a block away, basically. So food's over there.
Okay.
And, well, carcasses are over there.
Can I grab a piece of rubble and chuck it towards the building?
Yeah, sort of something that's going to make a bit of noise.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to... Actually,
I just
now...
fucking hoon a brick in the front door.
Splash.
Have that, you wanker.
Oh, yeah, twat. Okay. Right, let me roll dice.
And then the other one's like, you what, mate?
You what?
Oi!
Fucking average night in Glasgow, isn't it?
I'm not going to make you roll for this because it will be apparent. You see in your Eye of Sauron mode, something is peeking out of a window.
Humanoid?
You can't immediately make out whether it's humanoid or not.
Some form of intelligence.
Yeah, because it's looking out because of the noise. Like you can see it sort of, and your best guess is definitely probably humanoid by the way it's looking around, because you can't see because it's quite dark. But your Eye of Sauron mode is giving you enough information to see that it's probably human.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to continue observing then.
And they appear to look around for a little bit, and then I'll tell you what, I will allow you the benefit here, so give me a perception roll, but with a huge disadvantage.
-4 then.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's not -6, so...
Right, there you go.
No.
That's 1 over.
Okay, so you see the object move away from the window and it doesn't reappear.
Okay. I'd like to wait out this encounter.
Sorry?
I'd like to wait out this encounter.
You're going to wait for it, okay. Well, night comes, are you going to try and stay awake for the night?
No, I'm going to head back to camp.
So, you head back to camp. Do you want to do anything about that particular encounter in the following day? Because this is now going to be catching up to, like, real time, as it were.
I would like to go back to my observation post and see if anything's changed. Anything changes?
You don't immediately see anything changed from what you recall.
Okay. Can I do the same? Can I wang a brick in the front door?
You huzz another chunk of masonry, And
That's just the best British way you solve that.
bricks.
No, just the way you rephrased it.
All right.
Well, wang it.
There have been
No.
lots of Britishisms. Like you've said wanging, I've said huzzed. Like
Yeah,
a lot of English
it-
coming out here.
A chunk
Fucking
of
lump of brick in there.
masonry. A chunk of masonry instead of a brick. It's just brilliant.
Anywho, a short amount of time passes and you don't see anything.
Okay. Can I go and investigate the building?
Are you doing so stealthily? If so, what's your
Yes.
sneak?
I will be.
What's your sneak? I need to roll this because reasons.
Sneak is quite low. I think it's 9. Sneak is 7.
Sneak is 7.
Oh, you rolled a 7, or is that
Okie
an old
dokie.
roll?
You begin sneaking into the broken down building that you previously had seen this thing in.
I'd just like to point out that my rifle would be ready.
Yeah, yeah, you can have weapons at the ready. And carefully and near silently, you eke your way through this building in a sort of formulaic way, and find that there's nothing there.
Was there evidence of someone being there?
Yes, there is clear signs that some of the rubbles and things have been cleared away to make a small clearing that would probably be quite comfortable for several people to sort of sleep in.
Right. Okay. And there's no artifacts on the floor or anything?
There's a couple of empty tins which appear to have been recently emptied.
Fuck, I had tins. Lucky bastard. I'll take the tins.
Yeah, a couple of empty tins.
Add it to the pile meter.
Okay, how many?
Just 2.
2.
Empty cans. 2. That never hurts.
Don't know. Bottle cap mines might hurt.
And back to real time, as it were. So back on the day when all the shit's going on. You are watching over the trap house, and you see. Let me just roll a magical. Where's my frickin'? Hang on. Where's the damn button that does the thing? You see a single hog trotting down the road, like tuk, 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 and it sort of snuffling away, and it appears to be approaching the trap house.
Well,
Okay. Gotta see if I can startle it by chucking
Startle?
bricks.
More bricks!
There's obviously rubble everywhere in this sort of town.
So you're just gonna huzz a brick toward this little hog.
you're
Yeah.
not going to put a hole in it.
No, I think we have enough meat.
But it
And
never
if
hurts
you've ever
to have
fought a boar
more.
before, those boars are a bit of a cunt.
In fairness, the last time they fought boars, you basically just ran around and slapped them a little bit.
Yeah, they didn't do much.
Yes, but also I'm just thinking of reality of the fact that boars have 2 cunting prongs at the front of their faces.
They
tend to
do.
fuck things up.
They are annoying if they do want to get aggressive.
They'll just dink on Quinn's legs.
True.
Is Quinn there?
Well, your outpost is right across from the building, right?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm not doing any out of...
No, you next
out-
to me. Can you see this?
No.
she'd be in the building, currently engaged in.
Okay. And I'll just ping a brick at it.
Okay.
Alright, in which case you throw a household item. What's the demeanour of this particular hog?
It's a devil hog.
Do you want to know something? You throw the brick and it sort of does that splay-led jump as the brick clatters around. It just squeals like. I'm actually gonna do a combat now because you've angered the hog.
Fucking wanker.
I see. You should have put a dent in it.
I was hoping to get it to piss off.
But why?
And,
Because it's our food.
and now it goes into.
Alright.
Do we hear the hog squeal inside?
No,
by the way.
Oh, you hear the hog squeal, but you hear the combat music.
Oh, like Eddie's combat music.
Yeah. So you are at distance currently. The other folks, if you would like to be in the combat, you will also be at distance for the sake of combat.
And inside, I guess.
And inside, but it's irrelevant in combat, so once...
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll join in. So.
What about you, Leon?
That's a wolf. That's not a hog.
It's the closest I've got to a hog.
It says wolf on it.
Feel free to model a hog and send it to Rich.
Yeah,
That's not how you spell it.
that is how you spell it. Hog.
Oh. Hey,
Hey,
ho.
hog.
Wait,
Well-
is Ruby there? And Quinn?
Where's my dice? Yeah. I heard the hog squeal.
Can everyone give me a speed roll?
That's 3 dice, right?
3 dice and just pick the highest one, add it to your speed, because that's the easiest way to do this for me. Theoretically, I'm not even supposed to give you this. I'm actually giving you guys a bit of randomization, but...
I have 18.
Right,
Actually, yeah, 18.
is that for Ruby?
And that's Ruby.
18, that's bloody good.
Quinn gets 7.
7, awesome. What about Dahaz?
Dahas gets 15.
15.
Want to fight the fucking hog anyway, bitch.
And I just rolled a 5, and I add... So... Hog. Okie dokie. In which case, Ruby, you hear the squealing from outside. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I gotta go take a look and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you duck outside, you can see down the road that a startled hog is squealing its head off.
Hogosaurus Rex.
Oh, boo.
I guess I will evaluate my opponent for weaknesses.
Crack on then.
So what do I do? Perception. Yoink. Ooh, that's 4 under.
Cool.
And boost. Oh, I like doing intelligence rolls. That's 4 under too.
So you got both of those.
Yep.
Do
So
you have any...
what do you get for this? Oh,
I didn't mean to
What's
do
this?
that. Just get rid. Just they're irrelevant. They're accidental cards. There's
okay, the dice. I have dice.
there's additional
Oh, you got
dice
my more dice.
throwing.
So the boost becomes 2. Oh, crit. Okay. Do I do anything with the safety?
Oh, do you get a safety thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
1.
Tick it onto your safety thing because it'll look at. I'll be paying attention to that if you get attacked by the hog.
Alright. Oh, and Quinn, go attack that piggy over there.
Fair enough.
Piggy.
Attack the pig. Has. What do you want to do?
Dahas is just like, for fuck's sake, all you had to do was run away. He just puts the rifle to one side and just like unsheathes the knife.
I'm gonna hunt me some piggies. Yeah, okay. So you get your knife out.
And he is going to move to an advantage defensive position.
Okie dokie.
Does that
Yeah,
help
when
in
you get
combat?
closer.
No, I'm letting your robot do it.
Yeah, he's just like.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I need a intelligent
Agility.
int under 10, please. Fuck you.
Nope. In which case you don't get the boost because you failed the thing.
Just fuck off.
Yeah, get off. The hog will now do something, and the hog.
Slag.
Slag. No, he's gonna roll a dice first. Rolled a 6. Cool. In which case, he is going to try and run towards you chaps. Because he is in an aggressive mood. Don't know why. What have I got here? It's the...
I guess he doesn't like bricks getting tossed at him.
bricks apparently are his nemesis.
Or chunks of masonry.
So he's going to do move towards, yada yada yada. What's the first thing he has to do? An agility. He does not make it, so he spends some time squealing and running around a little bit. Now it'll be Quim.
Queen is also going to try to get closer. On this one. So, agility. I think that fails by 1. Yeah, it does. Right, so Quinn's also not going anywhere.
So he'd spend some time coming out of the workshop, slowly sort of lumbering robot.
Yeah.
Back to Ruby then.
Okay. Drat. What's Ruby gonna do? Ruby is going to go move to an advantageous defensive position. So she's gonna climb up there wherever the Haas is sitting, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it's intelligence. Well.
Don't forget, you've got your skill boost on this one.
Yeah, but that's for attacking only. Next successful attack, isn't it?
No, it's for
Oh,
skill.
no. Okay. Well, then it's ridiculous under.
Yeah,
Hang
you get
on.
ridiculous under, so...
5.
And the boost?
It should. That's 2 under.
In which case, that carries over.
Okay. Oh, and I get 2 safety and 1 threat.
Yep.
The threat too?
Don't worry about the threat. It's going to be irrelevant
Okay.
but the safety will be. Haz.
Yes. Yes.
What do you do?
I'm going to evaluate an opponent for weaknesses,
Okie dokie.
which is probably intelligence again, and that went well last time, right? That's perception. Alright. Well, I've got a 12, so hopefully this time it will actually be a decent roll. There we go,
In which
13.
case, you can check for the boost as well. And that is intelligence.
I also need a safety token.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Here.
The next one is only defensive.
Have a safety.
That boost is for.
Give me my bonus, motherfuckers!
So you've managed to get Das bonus on that.
Yes, so I get a bonus for the next attack, and +1 to safety.
Cool. And the hog.
Oh,
Do you want to know something?
confused.
No. Perhaps because there are quite so many things in the street now, it stops squealing quite so loudly and turns to run the fuck away. It's like, squeak, squeak. Oh, shit. It is going to try and flee.
Giant chicken on legs.
Yeah. Well, when it was just a brick, it was like, yeah, I'll take you on, Mr. Brick. Come on, come on. And then there's like people and robots. It's like, ah.
It's
I mean-
escalated quickly.
Yeah. There's
Ah.
trouble here.
It's no longer a brick. I can't take this on. So it has to do this and try and run away. That's 8 on its endurance. It's not going very far. Like, it's
Oh.
walking away slowly. It's like squeak, squeak, squeak. It has failed to flee. Maybe it runs around a corner and back into the road confusedly.
Just runs into the wall and knocks itself out.
Quinn.
Quinn is going to attempt to get closer again. Oh wait, he can't in this round.
You can, because you can do it with a disadvantage. This is part of the new thing I'm trying to bring in.
So it's like double dash.
And how does disadvantage work?
So basically it's just a negative modifier, so -2 modifier is a simple disadvantage on most things.
Uh,
So you can still do it, it's just going to be a pain in the ass to try and achieve.
I think. What's Quinn's perception? 5. Damn it. Means also 5.
He's not
Yeah,
very
Quinn's
bright at
just gonna have to-
figuring things out.
Yeah. Unless. I guess I can't do this one.
No, you can't. He's not fleeing, so you can't chase him.
Wait, what does this do?
Well, that might be useful.
Yeah. Oh, but that's just the threat reduction.
By the
Yeah,
way,
maybe this.
I will say, if combat does get adjusted, all of these cards will be changed quite dramatically to fit the new paradigm, but for now,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, this is also not a reaction. You know what? He's just gonna keep trying this because that's all he can do.
He's just, I'm gonna go down the road.
Yep, so with a disadvantage. Disadvantage not required, it's still a fail anyway.
Okie dokie. That was Quinn. Ruby, what are you up to?
Ruby is also going to
Ooh.
move closer.
Once you've chosen your card, I just remembered I need to... somewhere in here is...
Ruby's gonna get closer too.
Right,
Oh
so
yeah,
before
the
you...
deck of Rampage.
Yeah, before you do that... there you go. Okay,
Thing to see here.
crack on.
Right, so I think that's 4 under. So I guess Ruby moves to being close.
Yep, you run on down the street.
Well, I guess this isn't a defensive thing, so this can stay. The boost attack. Is that a thing?
You can, yeah, I mean, you can attack if you would like to do so, but the only thing you've got is your pistol, and that range, you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
So you
So
are close and he is
not
distant.
going to
You're looking at a
attack.
-7.
Yeah. Nope, no attack. That's my turn.
Cool. House?
Yeah. He's just going to sit there and. I found out he's just going to work on. Going to take a bite of a sandwich. He doesn't give a shit about this combat.
He's like, oh, there's a fucking pig running around in the street. Jesus.
Yeah. He just kind of sits back in his chair, leans back on the back legs, puts his feet up against the windowsill, and just like, whatever.
Yeah, that's a non-combat action. You don't need to roll for doing it. You can just you can achieve chair sitting.
Fantastic. Do I get a card?
You can have a card though to see if anything shit happens.
The chair explodes and turned out it was a mini nuke.
Stop giving the DM ideas, please.
Nothing
to
to
see
see here. Okie dokie. The Hulk is going to. Oh, he's actually going to try and get closer.
Oh.
he turns around. He's like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna get. Ah! He's doing this thing again. But before I complete his thing, so I won't even pay attention to the dice, I will give him one of these. Oh, what's this shit? Oh, well, I don't really need that. For 2 points taken from threat. Nah, screw that. He's attacking. I don't need that. What did I just roll? 13. So, this is based on agility. He does not get closer. So he just turns around and runs back down to where he began. Squealing still.
Right.
Quinn?
Yep. Queen is also going to try to get closer. I think I might be out of cards.
Just copy paste the cards. You can just Control C, Control V shit.
No?
Oh, can you not? Oh, it must be limited. Ah, right.
Huh?
It's right under your player hand.
Oh, it's in my... Yeah.
I can move that at the end of the game.
I got it.
Yeah.
Alright, so roll agility. Do it. Ah,
Nope.
fail again.
The robot's just like meh, 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 meh.
Does not
Picks
Right.
up a daisy off the floor.
That was
Also,
Gwyn.
you can have a card. We forgot to give you a card.
Oh yeah.
Here, flip that. You can have the flipping rights.
Ooh,
Oh, same thing.
the same one. Okay. Can I only use that now, or well, I guess it's pointless.
Yeah, it would be a bit pointless at the moment because the Hulk's not going to attack you from where it is. Do you want to know what happens next though?
Mhm.
Ruby. Oh, just move that.
Oh, Ruby's up.
Yep.
She is. Oh, damn it. I guess evaluate the opponent for weaknesses again, if that's a thing.
I think it's more a case of trying to see which way the pig's going.
Yeah. Perception. That succeeds by 3. And the boost is intelligence.
Yep.
By 4. Thank you.
Much
Oh,
dicing.
and I need a... Oh no, never mind. Yep, that's Ruby.
Haz, are you sitting back chilling?
I'm just observing.
Cool. The Hulk, guess what it's going to do now?
Run away.
Run away.
It's going to try and run away again. It is one confused piggy. and it is not making a good job of it. It's literally just running up and down the street at the moment. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing.
God, I'd love to have a fucking missile launcher.
Yeah, just like, fuck off, pig. So, Ruby. No, Quinn. Quinn.
Quinn's going to try to approach again, so I'm going to need another one of these. That'll do.
There are several.
Agility. Aw,
Neep,
really?
neep. He doesn't do good at
Well,
closing
that's
on
Quinn.
things.
Quinn needs more agility.
Yeah, he's a slow robot. Back to Ruby then.
Yeah, about that. Can't do. Oh wait, this is turn 5. I guess Ruby's gonna do this. Confuse the
Are you
hoggy.
throwing another brick at it?
Yes.
Just more masonry down the road.
Yeah.
Well.
You want
A
to get
road-
more?
Yeah, I'm tossing a brick. Which one? What do I use? I guess I would prefer to use my agility.
Yes, you'll be using agility.
Alright. There we go. That fails by 1.
Oh.
Oh wait, does this help any at all?
Oh, wait, you have a throwing ability. It's in your core skills.
I do.
No, it's based on agility.
Yeah, the card. This is a skill check.
Yes, this will be a skill. It carries over, so you can use that.
Alright, then I pass by 1.
In which case, you huzz a brick and it lands a couple of feet in front of the hog, and he's like,
And then the boost.
charisma, i.e., yelling at it.
Yes. I'm screaming at it. Hog, you're gonna be dinner! And what do I roll? Charisma.
So very
Oh,
nice.
that's a nice 9. That I pass.
In which case, it becomes confused. I believe it is. Is it confused or stunned? What is it?
Make it
What it says on the card?
confused, and then it becomes stunned.
All right, so it is confused.
I do also need to count these safeties. Because I forgot this one, and then I have this one. 2.
I don't think safety's going to come into it. I think the hog's going to probably end up either.
Just in case.
Well, maybe.
So the hog is now confused.
The hog is confused. Has, just watching this play out, I presume,
I'm just laughing.
just bricks going down the road, people yelling. Okie dokie, so I have to roll
No, he wouldn't be laughing, would he?
Oh no, he can't laugh. He can't even enjoy this.
No,
Aww.
it's just like, this is just a sorry state of
Yeah,
affairs.
it's just like, oh, piggy.
Fucking kill me now.
You can't even enjoy it.
This is not even amusing, this is just pathetic.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, 23. I need to get a 23. He's gonna try and run away. That's fortuitous. So I rolled randomly, but even so, his random action is to try and get the fuck away.
Just get away.
And he just runs sort of into an abandoned building, squealing. Doesn't actually run away, just runs into a building, squealing.
How hilarious would it be if some random bandit comes out and like, oh, there's a hog in the house!
Pig in my building!
There's a hog in my suit.
There's a hog in the... yeah.
Oh my god, I just imagine a hog just run into an unsuspecting underground
Quinn gets closer!
Quinn, you amazing bastard.
There we go. And what's the bonus?
hog in a power suit.
Attack. But I don't think that's a possibility, is it?
-7, I mean, it's risky, but you could try it.
Nah.
You're probably looking, because he's going to have. What is his skill on his gun?
11. That
See,
includes the laser sight.
that's including laser sight. So
Mhm.
yeah, you're fucked firing at that range, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Ruby, final action.
Well, I guess Ruby's gonna do more confusion. Another piece of masonry.
Just
Oh wait, I
throwing more.
can't.
You can. It doesn't matter.
Are we
Okay.
finding out that we're running out of buildings in this area?
Masonry
What? Just
tossing.
as she's throwing
that's
bits of building, like.
That passes by 1.
Yep.
Just gonna fucking
Then-
kill it with masonry. Just like absolutely twat it on a noggin.
Mm. Okay, then the charisma, that's gonna fail. Yep, the charisma fails.
So what's the overall thing here? If you pass the skill check, yada yada. Reduce the. Okay, so it can't attack properly at the moment. It's too busy dodging bricks. Has anything in the final section?
Pig's nose? Is that an option?
Pig's nose, just ambivalently. Oh, stupid piggy.
0 fucks given.
Yeah.
No, he's not Russian.
In which case, Haug is going to. It was going to do an attack defense, but it's currently confused, so it's going to try and unconfusify itself.
Unconfusify.
If it fails to unconfusify, I will allow you to execute it.
Wait, what?
Well, because it's in a confused state at the moment. So if it fails to unconfuse itself, I will allow you to approach and execute it. Because currently you are the victors of this engagement.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Endurance. It fails its endurance. It remains confused. So it's just going to be running in and out of buildings, like squealing, and basically Quinn can just gently roll forward over time and just fucking.
Okay,
Chainsaw the shit out of its face.
that works.
Beauty technicians are us.
So we're gonna have some pulled pork later.
Fucking shredded.
So, yeah, you can. I'm just gonna. These cards can all fuck off. I don't care about these cards. In fact, I'm just gonna delete them. Fuck these cards.
Well, in that case, I'm going to get the hog carcass and bring it over to Vulcan.
Vulcan, what's your
yeah,
current?
If you don't mind, I want to keep all those because I'm going to use them anyway, probably.
Vulcan is confused by the
That's
sudden
alright. I'm
appearance.
just gonna delete all this lot and give you a new set.
Okay.
Sorry, Vulcan. What'd you say?
Vulcan is very confused by the appearance of a 6-legged octopus that is walking on
That
land. Talking
is
to him.
confusing. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
You've never
He
seen
looks at you
Octodad?
like this, dear.
Well,
Good old Octodad.
I found something out on the streets, or well, I guess the
And
house
it
found it.
appears to be holding a jack-o'-lantern.
So, what you're telling me is Vulcan is fucking bongoed.
Yeah, he's just like.
Can you butcher this so we have some more meat, more food?
All he hears is.
Okay.
Why does it sound like a turkey?
I'm just gonna leave it over
Just
there.
put it over there for now. I'll do something with it.
Is it all foggy in here again?
I mean, unless someone opened a window.
So he's been smoking a lot again. Old man, I think you need to stop smoking so much. And I think I'm going to attempt to assist you in achieving this.
Just fucking sticks a shotgun under his chin. Medicine
No.
pill, activate.
Considering that you didn't want to hand me your drugs, Quinn, come over here. Whenever you see him use drugs, you fire off your train horn at, let's say we begin at 25%.
Can you
Mhm.
roll me against your computer programming? Because you're going to have to do a little bit of
Sure.
command prompt for your robot.
That's
So you write some extra little bits of code to help him understand how to interpret Vulcan's actions.
Okay.
So what was the specific command that you were giving him?
Whenever he takes drugs, the robot honks at
The robot honks.
25% volume.
Okay. It's probably only going to be a matter of moments after having left the scene when you'll hear.
Alright, so if I look back, does he stop smoking?
Oh no. No, he's just startled. But smokes.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck was that?
Sure.
Takes another big drag, followed
there's
by.
immediately-
Vulcan would like to use one of his gizmos.
What gizmo would you like, sir? Here, you can.
Proper earplugs.
Yes, yes, it's a medical gizmo.
Aw.
It is.
So just like you fumble around in your bag for a little bit, and oh yeah.
Oh, that should be much better. And he takes a drag.
Do I
It's like,
see him put in those things?
I mean, I assume because he won't be like completely oblivious to the scene
even
that's playing
through
out.
the fog?
It's foggy, but I
It's
would
not
say
hot
she.
box
Yeah,
foggy.
yeah, we're not in Cheech and Chong territory here.
Oh, okay. I gotta.
Right,
Just
I
step
walk
on
up
the
to Quinn and tell him to stop doing the order. And I go look around for where Leon is.
Yeah,
We're still on the same day, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the
This
16th?
is all playing
Yeah.
out in the same day. Like,
In the morning still?
no, well, with the hog interaction, you're heading up to midday, I'd say.
Okay. So I'm gonna look for where Leon is. And Leon, I think we might have a bit of a problem going on here.
What?
As you can see, it's rather foggy in here. And
No, that's the issue. Due to the fog, I can't see anything. I can't see a problem.
yeah, and I'm starting to feel a bit woozy as well.
Make them make
And,
endurance checks.
I was contemplating contact highs.
The old man is acting strange. I think he's
I
using
would-
too much.
I would vote again. Vote with the fact of Leon taking an endurance check because he's been just in the same room.
Like the
as-
whole day.
That's a good point. I mean, and you are slightly woozy anyway. I mean, not woozy, but you're not at peak like fatigue. If
I
you
guess
would
now
like, if you would like to volunteer an endurance roll, I will allow this.
Oh, I am four over.
In which case,
I am feeling good.
yeah, Leon is just nice and giggly and like.
Yeah.
At least now I know why Quinn was so slow earlier.
Quinn.
The robot.
Actually, I am going to save for like cataloging chronic reasons or like story reasons. That Leon actually made that joke of saying that when Ruby says, "I think, don't you see we have a problem?" No, I don't see a thing. I see no problem.
Well,
Man.
yeah, exactly. The fog is the problem. And the old man's acting strange, and I'm getting a bit woozy from this. I think we need to have an intervention. I already went ahead and tried, but he's not listening to me and having, as you probably heard a train coming by earlier. That didn't help either.
Yeah, I was looking into the fog to see if a train was coming towards me. Luckily, nothing came. But nah, that's just how Vulcan is. Like he Vulcan helps, heals, and smokes. And
Yeah, but he's been smoking a lot more recently, and he's been asking me every day about what day it is.
He actually comes over and is like, "Hey,
Oh, like right now?
what is it? Is
See,
it the
here he
20th
is.
yet?"
He wants to know when it's the 20th.
Rich.
Hello.
Seeing I've had history with Vulcan from our previous city, would I be able to recollect any specific events?
Vulcan.
I know I'm getting into not.
This is slightly meta territory.
Yeah.
You have to be careful here.
Yeah.
That is why I'm asking if I know if there's something going on.
Vulcan, can you help allude to anything that might
I'll be more than happy to do an intelligence roll to see if I can even remember anything.
He would have, depending on how long were you in bad, or not bad?
Torgo.
Torga.
I think like I think well, I think my character's been in that city for as long as possible because it was a comfortable place. He had his own garage and everything.
Yeah, he was pretty well established.
Yeah, he would know.
You reckon he'd be somewhat cognizant?
If he could remember, like while he's baked, he would know the significance of the 20th, and even know like.
I am normally that would be 3 under, but I'm pretty sure I have disadvantage to my intelligence right now.
Normally 3 under. In which case, you can recall.
You can write it to me. You can write it to me if that would be better.
No, I think it's fair that I can do it without giving too much away anyway. You can recall previously having chatted with Vulcan, and you seem to recall it was around the same time of the year, and he was mentioning something to do with his family, but you're not sure what, why, or what relevance it was.
Ruby just sees Leon he puts his hand up towards his forehead as if he's trying to rub the
the fog of thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to rub the fog out of my head, and just like, there was something like there is a specific thing with, I think, well, Vulcan is old. But I think he said it was something about family, or I don't know, or I don't know if it was his family or someone else's family. So it was just something that was really important to him. I'm guessing we're just seeing him being really focused about something really important. He has been keeping to himself a lot lately, working on his stuff.
Mm-hmm. So he does this every year, you remember?
It is not the first time I've seen him gone through this. And right now, can't recall if this is worse or the same as usual, because I am usually not this close to him for so long during this. So yeah, it's kind of funny, but I'm also kind of afraid of going to sleep now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll leave him alone for a few days then.
Well, you can. Well, then you could sit down and just enjoy enjoy the funs. And I don't think that I'm gonna be able to make a really good water turbine like this. Leon looks down and he realizes that he's basically trying to make a complex model out of dirt, which
You're
just looks
just scraping dirt into a pile, just like.
yeah, and he just made a dirt mount, and he just realized, God, I thought that was supposed to be cables, and just points at just a couple of twigs just sticking out, just like, what am I doing? It looks like I've made a turd.
Yeah, we should probably work on that tomorrow before we get all engulfed by this smoke.
I think you would have to make a fire and open a window so we don't freeze. But look, I made a dirt turd.
You ever seen the film The Songs of the West?
No.
It's an old Disney film that's very racist, and you can't actually watch it anymore. But there's a character in there called Bear Rabbit. I'll link it in a chat later.
I think I know who you're on about, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know what you're referencing.
Is that the black guy?
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I am so looking forward to going back on the Twitch stream and just
Anyway, so the day progresses in a blue haze.
Wait.
Wait.
We still have more things to do. It was only midday.
Yes, you're only midday.
I guess I'll spend the rest of my time hacking and reprogramming Quinn.
Well, at the end of the evening, just as the darkness of night is beginning to get a little bit too much for you, you are pretty confident, as you write the last line of code, that you have managed to program Quinn. So he has a melee of 10.
Okay. I'm gonna modify that here.
Yeah, I'll get you a proper card at some point to do that on as well. But for now, if you could just make some kind of note to the fact that he has melee 10.
I did.
Cool.
Alright, that means I can remove this.
Does the house, do you want to do any training stuffs?
Yeah, I'd like to work on sneak, please, because that just sucks donkey balls.
Sneak it is. You've got another time available to you if you want to do another one.
Sneak again?
Well, you can't do sneak twice in the same day.
What if I sneak it in?
You can't sneak it in.
Okay, can I do traps then?
Yes.
Thank you.
So you go around trying to reset your shitty traps once more. Helping to learn how to actually do traps. Cool. For RP purposes, Vulcan, you're not learning anything today.
Yeah.
Mim, are you going to be trying to learn?
He is no. He's realizing that with a bit of his low tolerance to drugs and him realizing that he made a prototype out of dirt that doesn't look like anything but a pile of dirt, that he's not going to be doing anything.
Cool. In which case, we can wrap up a drug-fueled crazy day. Did you want to do another one? We've got a little bit of time to do another day, I think.
Uh-huh.
I can easily go through. So this will take us up to November 18th.
All right.
And today the sun comes out, and it's well, I'm not going to say it's warm because it's still freaking cold outside, but in the heat of the actual sun, you don't feel like your face is falling off. So
Yay.
that's nice.
Or it could just be the drugs.
So yeah, day is yours. What would you like to do? Can I
well-
get a nightmare check from
Yeah.
McJungo over there?
Also, shouldn't I have to do my endurance before I go to bed.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I have to do my insomnia and my endurance. So I passed my insomnia, so I get some sleep. Cool. Nightmares. Wow. I am 4 under on that. I am sleeping.
In which case, you must have had a good old dose of happy drugs there. It helped you sleep through the night. And what's your current fatigue?
My fatigue is now at 8 currently.
So you back up to 10. You're at full for I think the first time since the game began.
No, I think I've been at 10 for about 2 hours at some point.
Well, you're back at 10, so you're on top of the world once again. And likewise, everyone else should be at maximum fatigues because no one is.
I take off some food.
Please, if you could food operate.
I walk over to sitting down next to Vulcan
45.
saying that, hey man, I slept like a lot. I'm guessing from the last time which you tried to help me sleep, it failed horribly. I just think I just have to inhale whatever you're blowing out, and that probably helps.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
Can I get the Vulcan the next morning before he smokes up his stuff when I hope he's still a bit
When did you wake up?
sober? I don't know.
Probably before me.
Yeah.
Not before me though.
No, their ass is like up and yes, traps.
Oh yeah,
Like
we wake
for
up
it.
to have doing 1-arm push-ups and just like, yeah,
With his penis.
Gotta
I mean,
get those one-arm push-ups in the morning.
yeah. Which is
Well, I
actually
want to
more
chat up
difficult.
Vulcan and Vulcan. There's that pig over there in the corner. If you could butcher that, we have more food.
Oh, yeah. Here,
Before
bring
you
it
take
over here.
all your drugs.
And he starts going on about it. And he's talking to Leon. Just like, oh yeah, the drugs usually help me sleep like a baby. I don't have any dreams when I do them. I don't know why it doesn't work for you. You're just a strange one.
Well, it worked. It worked this night. I have slept so peacefully, and I know for a fact that I was on something or other yesterday. So, I think it's just it's not a good idea for me to take it in myself, or at least something not very strong. But yeah, I am feeling good. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do? How can I help you?
How can you help me? What?
Well, if there's something that you want some help with, I can pick up stuff for you and move stuff for you if you want.
Do you remember when we were in bad?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went there?
That was a couple of days ago. Before I was there, went to get water. Before we had the distillery. Other than that, no, we haven't been in Bard since.
He is like, all the haze is gone from his eyes, and he's like in doctor mode,
Mm-hmm.
like focused on everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky is not. He just has a straight look on his face.
Okay, but Vulcan, you alright? Yeah, I haven't seen you this focused since the power armor attacked and you wanted to go help people.
Did you, by any chance, run into Lily while you were there last?
Into Lily?
Yeah, you know, she should be around 30-ish years old. She has long dark hair.
No, but you know what? I'll go ask around if you want to.
Yeah, 'cause I can't go in there anymore. Apparently, I'm not suitable.
Yeah, I know.
He's saying as he's butchering this pig, and you notice him like stab it a little more.
Yeah, it's getting chopped into even smaller bits.
Someone mentioned something about shredded. I'm just doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, cool, man. Leon doesn't say cool, man.
Leon doesn't say.
Leon doesn't talk like that.
Leon's lingo is just.
Yeah, das ist gut, yeah.
That is cool, man. Turning half Jamaican all of a sudden. Now, of course, yeah.
No, it's almost time, right? It's soon.
Yeah, isn't it
He
just?
looks at you like you know 100% what he's talking about. Like,
yeah, and Leon's using his power of intelligence, saying, "Yeah, it's in a couple of days, right?"
yeah, it's the 20th.
Yeah. What would? Doesn't her birthday come up on the 20th? Or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, you remember? You used to talk with her a while ago. That was years ago, though. She's been gone for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, she just, if I remember correctly, she just up and vanished. Or like left.
Oh, she wanted to start some kind of botany thing. You know, she was always messing around with plants and stuff. Not the right one, mind you, as he, you know,
Yeah.
taps his pocket with just this gargantuan joint in it, like 2 cigars combined.
Yeah, it's just like seriously, like Vulcan would like be the only person where someone says that someone looked at him saying, "Is that a bolt in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?" And he just goes, "No, it's for sharing. You want some?" But yeah, yeah. You know, it would be really good if she came around because she could really help with a lot of the stuff we're making right now.
I'm just, you know, I'm not getting any younger.
No, that's yeah.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, like literally just.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna head out and ask if they've seen someone go by the name of Lily or someone a woman knowledgeable in plants. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I walk up and inform the house saying that I'm heading out, and Ruby just like, I'm gonna go into the city to look for a person.
Or just nod.
Yeah, for
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I accept this fact.
Thank you for this information.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quinn has more reaction when you.
Oh.
Cool. So, with that little interaction done, what does the morning bring us?
Well, Leon starts heading into bed.
You're gonna go heading into bed. Okie dokie.
Do it.
What?
I wonder where I go.
Sorry.
What?
We still have to attempt for an idea for the watermill.
Oh crap! I need to look that up. Let's have a look here. So, ba-dee-dee. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's been around a while. But more importantly, when was hydroelectric power? Because that will be brief history. Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, that gives me a time scope. Cool. 1 second. I just need to figure out.
Well, hydropower is from the 1400s or something, isn't it?
Before that.
Yeah.
Like
Greek sea, isn't it?
way back. So the base of hydropower is going to be where's my frickin' tech level thing gone? Oh, there it is. Tech levels. The base of hydropower will go back to tech level 2, I'm going to say. Which is that's
Wow.
quite so. In fact, yeah, there it is. In fact, there it is. Tech level 2. But hydroelectric power is up here. So if I give you benefit of the doubt, cool. Okay, I have the tech level I require. So per tech level, you are effectively. Wow. Okie dokie. You still have the motor. I'm not destroying that because you didn't have any catastrophic failures, so you still have the motor. I'll give you that benefit.
We actually still have the leaf blower, which actually contains a fan.
That's a good point. If you want to incorporate your leaf blower as well, I can give you a buff for that.
But then we would have to make one with a tube. Also, it would be way too small.
Well, as a proof of concept would be better, because if we have a working model, that would make making an actual prototype of it a lot easier.
Yeah, for the point of inventing
For
something.
small scale.
Yes.
Basically, for the
enough,
point of
yeah.
inventing it, it would help you understand what you're trying to do, and so I would give you a buff for including it.
And I do have some chunks of usable plastic. I have a chunk of that to assist, and I have 5 chunks of workable steel, because I'm guessing I don't have my item list doesn't include the stuff we've picked up already, because, well, I didn't write it down because Amelia was so kind.
What do you want to know? The steel?
No, at some point I just need to update my inventory list, but
Okie dokie.
that's gonna be the next session, because I'm getting too tired.
So you want me to do an invention roll for this gubbins then? Oops, there's a fucking flag I've just pulled out of nowhere. Get rid of that.
Yeah, and I would be using my mechanical leaf blower to get a turbine.
Oh yeah, you're going to use that. In which case, you're going to have to knock it off the list because it will be stripped to.
Oh.
Yeah. I also have chunks of aluminium. Plastic and aluminium would probably be better because it's more flexible. It's easier to work with.
I don't have data on those things.
They're in his private stash of guff.
Ah, okay.
It's in my own notes.
So, am I good to roll on this now, or have you got anything else you want me to...
Well, the motor, I guess.
The motor's included. I've included the motor,
Okay.
which hasn't been ruined in any way, because it's still workable.
So, okay, so I will use a chunk of usable plastic and a chunk of aluminium for making for easier fabrication of small scale parts too. I want to make this prototype work because that's.
Well, we need to get to the prototype first. First of all, you need to think about how to make the prototype. So let me do that.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend some time talking over how to reinvent hydroelectric power from scraps. You think you've struck up a good idea.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me just... So you're going to crack on to the next stage. Let me just write a note of this. Where's my notepad? No. So this is hydroelectric Mark 1, isn't it?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Right. And the next roll I need to do I just need to look at my invention page to tell me what that means. So, you feel like you can go to prototyping. You spend a little bit of time umming and erring and poking around at the motor of the leaf blower and sort of positioning it different ways, and what if we do this and what if we do that, and eventually you think, hey, I think we can do this.
Okay.
Can I have 1d6 from each of you?
Uh-huh.
I'm spent.
4.
1.
5
Nice.
days, so that's 20 time slots.
Okay.
20 time slots, so that's 4, that's 16. We could be done with it within. If we spent all the time on it and nothing else, we would be done with it with a bit over 2 days.
No.
All
20 time slots? No,
Yeah,
that would be 8 a day. Yeah, you're right, actually.
Yeah.
But
Hey, I work in retail. I'm used to working in small numbers. Well,
yeah.
actually, I'm used to working in thousands, but.
I have another question from you though before we start this. Could you make that butt stock for my laser weapon?
Oh, yeah, sure. But I, we're also just gonna put this in hold because I really want to go into city and ask around, but.
Oh yeah, you can do that when you come back.
Yeah. 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 I'm just gonna head out and then I'm gonna look at it when I get back.
Right. I'm not going to work on the. Well, I guess I could if I ask the Haas if he watches over me when I'm working over there on at the river.
Rich, did I consume the materials that I was mentioning, or did you?
The leaf blower is the only important consumption. Everything else can remain as is.
Okay, then I'll just.
So it's destroyed, the parts of it?
I'll tell you what,
Consumed.
no, because you have broken it apart for more of a study item, I will give you the following things as a subsidiary effect. Hang on.
Could you write that down because I'm just.
Yes.
Stuff in my inventory. Thank you.
Sorry.
Because that also has an electric motor in it, doesn't it? Maybe a small one, but.
Not really. Well, yeah, if you run it backwards, you could probably get it to it, but any amount of power you would be able to generate from that during.
Oh no, but that's not what it's for. It's just an electric motor. Who knows what uses we'll get out of that later.
It's a low voltage one, but yeah, sure.
You can have one set of gears and one set of plastic.
Okay, so I'm increasing gears by 1. And then plastic material.
Yep.
What?
Unusable chunk of plastic.
Alright.
And then 2 usable chunks of aluminum.
Yeah, you can go to the city. I'll ask the Haas if he wants to take up a spot over there. See if I can get some work done on it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to do that? Then my first slice of the day will be spent on... Because this is the first one,
No,
right?
it'll be the second slice because you'll have
Okay.
spent some time
Inventing.
Yeah, inventing.
My second and third
Yep.
will probably be spent on it then.
Vulcan, how stoked are you today?
It's pretty much the same as it was.
Just a rolling miasma of...
A rolling miasma of marijuana smoke.
Well, it's not actually marijuana, but it is
But,
herbal of
marijuana,
nature.
future marijuana.
Yeah, future marijuana that isn't marijuana.
Yes.
In which case, you don't get to make a perception check. But I am going to make a perception check for myself. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, I just contemplated the ramifications of what's happening. Well, you've gone off with the Has to the river. Leon's gone off to the city.
Yeah.
And the incredibly fucking baked Vulcan is sat... Where's Quinn?
Quinn's with me.
So Vulcan
The door would
is...
be closed of the
Todo.
building. Yeah, he's by himself.
Right, let me... So...
But how far is this distance? Over here? From here to here?
So you're looking at like, I don't know, how long is a frickin'... Let me just grab, let me get some kind of reference so I can understand distance, because it may be important. So from the edge of what would be the ruins to the river is... where's the first major road? I can use that. So the major road would be there in the city. If I use that as a judgment call. Right, so that is... Where's my... Try and get this as perpendicular as I can. So that's about 20. And that is about... Oh crap, where's my reference gone? That's about 500 meters. From the main road to the river. So if 20 is 500, that's about 2, nearly 3. So you're looking at
50 meters?
Roughly 50 meters, 50 or 60 meters.
Well, then what would happen is that the Haas would probably be sitting in one of these because he likes distance on what he's watching, right? While I'm working here.
Has?
Probably gonna be like 20, 50 odd meters away from.
Yeah, so he'd probably be somewhere encamped in one of the buildings on a high spot, so he can overlook me.
I will need input from Chi because it may or may not be important for detailing here.
Okay, what do you want?
Well, so you've gone to the river to watch over Ruby while she's tinkering at the riverside.
Yep.
How would you be performing your Overwatch?
Is there any buildings on the other side?
On the other side, no.
On the side I'm on?
On the side you're on, all of these nearby bank buildings are basically ruins. These ones are at least moderately built up. with sort of first floors intact.
In which case, what I'll do is I'll set up a trap on the entrance of the building I use, and I'll use a building and set up my bipod on a windowsill or something, overlooking whatever Amelia's up to.
So you've got a bipod set up, looking out over the riverside.
Yeah, with the trap
Right.
as
Okie
a
dokie.
defensive.
In which case, first of all, I need to roll my dice. Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Yep, fair enough. Well, it may be that this game may have to be put to pause in a moment, depending on what happens. Because there's dice in play that may be forming a combat encounter, and I'm not doing one this late. So, which case... Can you, if you're still there, Mr. Cheeky,
Yeah.
roll a perception check for me?
Pass by 1, I think.
Pass by 1 is
Pass
more
by
than...
3, sorry.
Pass by 3 is even better, but you actually got a slight bonus anyway, because they were being unstealthy. You can hear voices coming down the street. From... basically from down the bank. They're coming up the street, towards your position.
I don't know what the fuck to do. There's no way to alert Amelia.
Throw a rock.
Yeah,
Throw
you're fucking
more
miles away.
bricks! Yeah, you are, like, legitimately too far to be throwing pebbles.
50 meters?
You could fire around.
Yeah, but that's hello, I'm over here, come fuck me in the ass.
Yeah.
I'm just going to observe
You're going to observe...
and
So
see if I can find out more about these people.
are you looking out over the road?
Yes,
Okie dokie. Are you doing so stealthily?
obviously.
Oh, that needs 3 dice, not 1. In which case we are going to have to go to a combat event. So, I'm afraid, and I'm not going to do it this late at night, because as you look out of a window, you are spotted
By
by
who?
4 raiders.
4?
Yep.
Well,
Oh.
I'll roll a new character for next session then.
Run.
Fuck.
Well,
So yes.
as soon as he fires one shot, I'm gonna hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're 50 meters away, which is...
Yeah, but
You
isn't
know,
that
feels-
still within distance?
That would be considered at distance.
Yeah.
Remember that time we played that game with Mim, who's just like running fucking forever?
Yeah.
That.
But
Jeez.
you've got to contemplate that they too would be at distance. So,
How far are they from me?
you to them, you're probably going to be close.
What?
Well, you can dink run right in the eye already.
Well, I can roll another character.
But you're up in a building in a covered position.
with
do have
4
the advantage
raiders
of
down
cover.
below me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but what do we know what kind of weapons they have? They might as well have melee weapons. Which Quinn is going to have some fun with.
Quinn, if he can never get there.
Yeah. Because he just increased his melee by 1.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh, Jesus, right. I need to go and do the thing I said I needed to do.
That's all right. I'm gonna pause game here because I'm not doing a
Okay.
combat of this intensity this late.
People this end are being
No,
twitchy and
it's
fucking
cool.
annoying.
It's cool. It's cool. But I will pause before, and we will open up on potentially one of the most deadly combats you guys have had to deal with.
Yeah. Well, no, because
Well, yeah.
that already happened.
Well, I'm thinking this is deadly on not just a single person scale.
Yeah.
These are 4 raiders, so this is
Okay.
But hey, this is how Fallout goes. If you beat them, you
Yeah.
get to take their stuff.
Yeah. Damn it, I should have had him made the rifle first.
Yeah. But it would have taken a portion of the day and yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
ifs and buts and roundabouts.
So, was that a robot, that creature that he saw earlier?
Metagame knowledge in play. No, it was
Well,
not
yeah,
a
but-
robot.
Oh. Ghouls have no heat signature?
They're dead.
Oh.
Effectively, they have basically 0 biofeedback.
Okay.
They are cooler than most other biological forms, and so when viewed from a heat signature perspective, they are
Yeah.
faint at best. Whereas a human would show up nice and orange, they might be a sort of dull bluey green.
Unless it's a glowing one, I guess.
And don't forget that the average temperature out there is freezing,
Yeah.
so it would be fucking cold.
Wouldn't they also be really slow then?
They are. I'm going back to proper ghouls. These are ghouls as you would find in Fallout 1 and 2. Not the ridiculous zombie rush blah 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 nonsense that Bethesda have created.
Okay.
But yes, it was a ghoul, and it got fucking obliterated by some sentry cannons.
Oh, that was the Daka.
Because it's too dumb to realise it shouldn't go into the fucking field of fire sentry guns.
Yeah. Damn, those raiders.
Yep, raiders.
And he's close,
He's close.
but he's got cover.
He's got cover.
What is his shooting skill again?
He's
Oh,
good.
it's 14.
Yeah, he's good.
And he has a really powerful weapon.
Yeah, his gun is pretty fucking solid. So a good shot should put a raider down.
Yeah. And if he shoots one, then it's already equal. If we're counting Quinn as just a human.
Well, he counts as a combatant. He's certainly capable if
Yeah.
he gets to actually fight.
Well, if the Haas doesn't get hit too much, he can potentially take out one target every turn.
He is very good with his rifle, so
Yeah.
there's no reason
That's like
why.
his thing. Like that fucking.
Mostly what I need to do is get Quinn out there.
And the only downside is that in using his rifle, he does risk one of the most expensive ammunitions amongst the group. But
Yeah, but death otherwise.
yeah, but death. Yeah.
Yeah, he would know that.
He's got leather armor on, so
Oh yeah. I have
And
radar
cover.
armor.
So I mean, the cover alone is gonna be.
well, the cover will be helpful for stopping him taking actual bullets to the face, but the leather armor will stop him taking damage when it happens.
Fair
So
enough.
Wait, I see that I forgot something. Or... Oh no, never mind. Where do I put my armor points?
In fact, yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
have armor as
this.
well. Hang on. Arms and torso, 1 HP, so you can add that onto your... Like I've done with,
1. Torso. So, what does he have?
upper torso is UT.
Okay. Oh, an abdomen as well, or?
Hang on, I can tell you. What armor do you have? You have makeshift armor. I think it does, but I'll just...
Raider armor.
Armor, makeshift. There we go. So it covers the arms and your upper torso with 1 hit point.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't cover for the abdomen because it's got no real... It's not proper armor. It's just stuff what you've clamped onto a coat.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm nervous because it's going to be a potentially dangerous combat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pre-roll all of the details I need so that we can get straight into it next time.
That's going to be rough.
It is going to be rough.
Yeah, well, 3. But, do we still have a stim pack?
We have 1.
1 stim pack.
This just comes down to what the raiders are armed with, I guess, and how skilled they are.
But I've just created them, so...
Hmm.
Oh dear.
And you were working on a different combat system?
Yes, it was going to get rid of some of the... So removing the concept of threat and safety counters for a start, completely removing them.
Mm-hmm.
Rejigging the cards to be a little bit more forgiving in how they're presented and what they do. Still doing the same essential functions.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's about the only... Like, just trying to squash out some what I deem to be unnecessary parts.
And were you also bringing back a tactical map, or is it going to stay like
Still
this?
thinking on that, because I don't
Okay.
truly know how to make it fair. Not in terms of fair in gameplay, but fair in... I don't want to fuck you guys over, because it's...
Yeah.
Like, there are potentially bad guys that can fucking just rickroll you on a tactical scale. Which...
But they wouldn't be able to with this?
No, this prevents a lot of, like, just dickery.
Okay.
Because it's based on the idea that you have to do actions which aren't always considered just... what I'm avoiding, and I was trying to tell Chi this the other day, in D&D, there's this weird paradigm where you walk forward to an orc and then you stab it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas an orc, when you're running at it with a sword, might try and not be stabbed.
Yeah.
So that's the whole concept behind this combat engagement, is the act that although you're trying to harm someone, they are equally trying not to be harmed.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I've got in this so far, the ideas are that you roll to check if you've achieved the thing based on basically counteracting what the opponent is doing.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So you're testing your skill, which is determined by the card, to overcome the enemy not wanting to get shot, be run at, whatever it might be.
Yes.
So I'm trying to displace turn-based mechanics into a pseudo-realistic flow of actions. And that comes about because in GURPS, obviously we have the 1 second turn time, and we've tried that. We went down that route, and it didn't work for us as a game group, and it pissed me off. So
Aww.
I hated the fact that each and every game turn required everyone to be like, okay, I need to do this. What fucking modifiers does this 1 second of time mean? So every
Yeah.
and that just it ended up really pissing me off. I'm honest and open about this. So I wanted to get away from that 1 second space of time, but still have fluidity of actions. Because
Okay.
that's what GURPS did offer in its 1 second turns, is that second by second things could change.
Mm-hmm.
And that I like, the fact that combat isn't just this, space of time where the fighter walks forward, swings his axe at the orc that calmly and patiently waits for him. Realistically, the fighter lunges forward, the orc brings his shield up, the fighter swings. There's an interaction of things that goes on.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to keep it GURPSian, basically. But what I'm thinking of is making it more Falloutian. Because, and you've tried playing the original Fallout,
I have.
Yeah, so when combat occurs, everyone relies on action points.
Yeah, you get a number of actions you can do every turn.
Yeah.
That's based on a skill as well, wasn't it?
It's based on your agility and things like that, so... But I was contemplating whether or not I could introduce that, and I don't know at this stage if it's viable.
Well, it seems that that is really risky, because whoever goes first gets to do a lot of murdering.
Exactly. We're back to the weird turn-based thing where, I've gone first, so murder however, yeah. And that's not where I want the game to be. I want the game to have interaction of things. And likewise, so in the combat we're about to face, we've got 4 guys that are potentially very dangerous.
Now
5 guys.
5 guys.
You also, that's why you had it so after 6 turns all the effects would happen.
Yes, and that, because the original concept was that this combat was a space of time where you guys were all doing these fighty actions. And then the idea was I would round up everything that's happened and say, okay, because of what you've done, this is the outcome.
So everyone can actually get an attack in before they're completely debuffed or anything.
Exactly. So everyone in the combat has an effect, regardless of what they're doing.
That could also be after a single turn already that those effects happen.
Yeah, kind of what I'm headed... I mean, that's kind of what we're playing at anyway at the moment, insofar as we're still in, like, pseudo-freeform combat.
Mm-hmm.
But I am now instantaneously accounting for effects. So... And I would welcome your input. If you've got any ideas how we can make it so that it can be...
Maybe do the effects after every round.
It's not just going to make combat even longer.
No, because now we do them right away. But then you'll at least already have some feedback about your attack right the first round. After everyone did their turn. Because remember with the cockroaches, you spent a whole bunch of ammo that wasn't necessary probably.
Yeah, and that's why I
true.
changed things to the way they are now. Because
So
that combat showed me that what was happening wasn't accurate to how the fight should have gone.
Yeah, so if you process all the hits at the end of everyone's turn, then he gets feedback from the damage that he's caused. But everyone still gets to do a turn without too much trouble, because basically everything happens at the same time, right?
Yeah,
That whole round.
that's the essence of it, is this combat is a whole bunch of stuff that's happening at once.
Yeah, and then the order of it doesn't really matter.
counter to that, I will say the order of things, and this is going back to the base concept of GURPS, because one thing, and I'll explain this to you now, the one thing that I've given you as a games master, which you shouldn't have, is the element of random turn allocations. Because in GURPS, yeah, here's the thing. In GURPS, you have a character speed, and that is their set time in place. So you will always have your speed value, and that's your initiative.
I'm not fussed about that. I don't mind that being canon.
What's that based on?
So that
Agility?
1 second, I can look it up. So, well, it's based on GURPS dexterity, I believe. Because build speed. So basic speed. Your basic speed is a measure of your reflexes and general physical quickness. It helps determine your running speed, your chance of dodging, and the order in which you act in a combat. So to calculate basic speed, you add your health and dexterity together. In this case, in Fallout language, that is endurance and agility. And divide it by a total of 4. Without rounding, because in GURPS the numbers are allowed to be fractional for some reason.
Wait, divide them by 4?
Yeah.
How the hell is my speed 12 then?
Because what I've done is I've basically accounted for their... I've Falloutified the speed value.
Oh, okay.
So all I've done is create a multiplication of the base number to make it a whole number. So I've taken it away from things like 4.25 and made it whatever that is when multiplied.
Yeah.
So all that you have currently in front of you is the multiplied version of that number. Just to fit more nicely in the paradigm of using 3d6 to check things. So yeah, basic speeds in GURPS tend to be numbers like 4.25, 4.5, you know, that kind of thing. And then that number is never modified by anything, so the order of combat is always, if you have a speed 5, then you're always speed 5, and then the next guy is 4.75, and the other, so it always goes in that specific order. The only reason I veered away from that is really because of D&D, if I'm honest. Just the concept of initiative rounds.
I also wouldn't mind if that was just static, I guess, but either or, fine.
I mean, hypothetically, if we do go to GURPSian static speeds, then we will always know the combat rounds. You know, and we know that.
Yeah.
Like I say, my only reason to veer away from it is literally just because of D&D initiative style combats. I have no preference either way, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I don't...
Because what are the speeds on the table? You've got 12. You're 11. 9 and 7. So everyone's got very defined speeds. And I think Quinn is 4. So every one of the group has a very defined speed. So oh, I need to save the game. Hang on.
Oh. Han.
Why is there a card over there? Stolen. Is he doing Garrow things?
Yes.
Bad Garrow. Right, I'm going to kill the stream so that we can get on with our lives. I don't think anyone was watching this evening. Doesn't matter. Not a lot happened. Lots of drug use, which will probably get me banned on YouTube. Anyway.
Hooray!
Yeah.